Hello viewers, this is Jogdan Geography. Today is 14th July. This day is celebrated as a national day in France. Means why do this 14th July is celebrated as a national day? What is the history behind it? Let's know the history of let's know the history of France. But before that, let's know something about in India also. Means today we enjoy rights, rights to vote, rights to trade, rights to go anywhere in India, and this is because of Indian Constitution. Means on 15th August 1947, India became a free country, and on 26th January 1950, this day is celebrated as a Republic Day. Republic means Indians got several rights. Okay, these are the rights. Means right to vote, right to trade, right to move from one place to another place, and this is because of the Republic Day. So in the same way, in France also, okay, the French Revolution occurred in 1789, and the National Assembly was formed, and the monarchy was abolished, and France became a democratic country. But let's turn back the pages of history. What led to the French Revolution? The history of France means in 16th century, 16th, 17th and 18th century, all over the world, the conditions were quite different from the today. Today, today we have democratic countries all over the world, but such conditions didn't prevail in 18th century. We know in 18th century India was ruled by the Mughal emperors. China was ruled by the monarchies. In Europe also there were different kingdoms in Europe, like the Roman emperors, means even in England also, and in France also. There were the emperors, kings or the princes. So let's start from the 18th century. 18th century is well known as a century of revolution. In this 18th century, three revolutions occurred. That is the first French Revolution. French Revolution. And then second, American Revolution. And third, Industrial Revolution. See, so today we will focus on French Revolution because today is 14th July and it is celebrated as a national day in the France. But today we are now 2024. France is a democratic country. But in 18th century, nearly about we can say that 14th July in 1789. Before that date, such conditions didn't prevail in France. The France was divided into three states. Okay, the first state, second state and third state. France was divided into three states, as in India also in 18th century there were the different classes like Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishnav and so on. In France also the entire country was divided into three states. The first states consist nobility, means kings, queens, emperors, and the second state consists the clergy, and the third states consist farmers, peasants, laborers. These first and second states enjoyed the various rights. They enjoyed various rights and they were exempted from the taxes. Means these first and second state didn't pay any taxes. So consequently, the third state bear the brunt of all the taxes in the France. Means they were poor, they worked on the others' farms and earned very less money. Means despite their poverty, this third state was forced to pay various taxes. Means this nobility or the princes, they levied different taxes on the farmers. The second state, nobility, priests, they also levied various religious taxes on the third state. Means they were poor, still they had to pay various taxes. Such a social conditions prevailed in France. Just remember, that's why the French people revolted against their emperors, kings or the rulers. Means generally in 1774 in France, Louis or Bourbon dynasty ruled in the France, and Louis became the king of the France, and he was completely dominated by his wife Marie Antoinette. So in 18th century the population of the France increased rapidly, but the entire country was suffering various problems like starvation, unemployment. They didn't have any job, and in such a condition, the Louis XVI and his wife Marie Antoinette led a very lavish life. Just imagine, the first state, second state, they were leading a very lavish life, and the third state was suffering from complete starvation. They had no sources of money. Means in such a conditions they were forced to at least pay 1/10 of their earning. That's why French people started revolting. 18th century is also known as a century of Renaissance. Means in this century, means number of intellectuals came forward to awake the common people in the French. They informed them, means Almighty or the God didn't select the rulers to rule the common people. Common people must enjoy the various rights. There were several intellectuals. One of them, I must tell you that means Montesquieu, Rousseau. These were the intellectuals who awakened the French people about the importance of fraternity, brotherhood and equality. So, means their intellectuals, their ideas enlightened the French people, and these French people started revolting or against their rulers. They didn't want emperors to rule them. They didn't want to pay any kind of taxes, because why should they pay the taxes? They want to lead a happy life. They want to lead a liberated life. They do not want to pay any kind of taxes because they were poor, and they want equality. So they say that if they want to pay the taxes, first state and second state also must pay the taxes. That's why they stormed the Bastille Fort on 14th July, and this date is celebrated as a national day. And from then onwards, the French people elected the National Assembly, and this National Assembly gave democratic principles to the people, means liberty, fraternity and equality. And then the France become a democratic country, and as a result the France gifted these principles to the entire world. That's why even in Indian Constitution also we say that we talk about the liberty, we talk about the fraternity, we talk about the equality and brotherhood. So these are the terms of the France gifted to the world. So that's why France become a democratic nation, and subsequently other countries in the Europe also after the 18th century started adopting the principles of equality, brotherhood and fraternity. Thank you. Today we have learned about the French Revolution. Today we have learned about the importance of 14th July. Thank you. Please subscribe my channel Jogdan Geography. I will continue to post such the unknown to know something. So we must know something from everything. Thank you.